Welcome back to the Cinema Theory Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Norcross. And for episode 2, since we're 2 days away from Christmas, I wanted to introduce you to a film that I really love. It's based on a novel. It's called The Hogfather. It's one of my favorite holiday movies. And so here is a little bit about the movie. What I see when I watch other people's movies, The Hogfather. If you ever wanted to see a Christmas movie where death personified takes on the duties of Santa Claus, then this is your movie. Based on the Terry Pratchett novel with the same title, The Hogfather is a holiday story set in the Discworld universe, but instead of Christmas and Santa Claus, the citizens of Ankh-Morpork celebrate Hogswatch, and much like Christmas, children receive gifts on Hogswatch morning. Only their Santa is the Hogfather, a human-pig hybrid with some seriously dope tats. The inciting incident revolves around a group of paranormal beings known as the Auditors, who have taken it upon themselves to try and kill the Hogfather because, after all, they are responsible for the nature of reality. And they don't like that humans make up stories about the nature of reality and consider Hogswatch or Christmas to be the biggest offense of all. Death notices what's happening and teams up with his manservant Albert and granddaughter Susan to make sure the Hogfather's presents arrive before morning and that the assassination attempt is put to bed, thus saving the spirit of Hogswatch, reality, and humanity. This is a level of weirdness I can totally get behind. You see, the Hogfather, over the past few years, has become a big source of inspiration for my writing, because the philosophical musings on the nature of reality, human nature, and purpose, which is so typical Terry Pratchett, really vibes with the kind of work I'm interested in creating as a writer and filmmaker. Take this moment from the latter third of the film, in which Death explains to Susan that children have to believe in things like the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Santa Claus as a foundation for believing the bigger things, justice being a big one. Justice, after all, doesn't exist unless people believe in it. Quoting Terry Pratchett, "Take the universe and grind it down to the finest powder, and sieve it through the finest sieve, and then show me one atom of justice, one molecule of mercy. And yet you act as if there is some ideal order in the world." There are also moments where they talk about economic class and how rich kids get expensive presents and poor kids get cheap presents. Of course, Death wasn't having any of that BS, so he just gave the children of Ankh-Morpork only the best gifts regardless of their economic class, because Death, after all, is a hero in the Discworld universe. I see a lot of things when I watch this movie, but one thing that really stands out is this moment when the assassin, Tia Tamey, tries to kill Death with a sword that can only kill monsters, but the sword goes right through him. Because Death isn't a monster, he's nature, or at least a function of nature. The layers of brilliance with this film and novel is insane, and I'm here for it every time. The Hogfather is a 2-part miniseries that is incredibly faithful to the novel and can be easily watched in one sitting. If someone were to put a gun to my head and demanded that I give them one reason and one reason only as to why I started a family of my own, it would be so that I can raise a child with the Hogfather in their life. That's how awesome the Hogfather is. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and as they say in Ankh-Morpork, Happy Hogswatch to you. And that's a little bit about the Hogfather. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you on episode 3, where I'm going to talk about Christopher Nolan, The Dark Knight Rises, and why Christopher Nolan as a filmmaker cannot be trusted. So please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.